After IS attacks in Paris, French President François Hollande has vowed to eliminate the Islamic State network. France carried out air raids on Islamic State stronghold Raqqa in Syria. Raids are continuing across Paris to nab suspected attackers. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry reached Paris and has expressed U.S.'s unwavering support to France in its fight against the Islamic State.
J'estime en conscience.
Whosoever found involved in any terror activity or working against the interest of the country will not be spared, even if he is a French national.
Contre le terrorisme de guerre.
This statement of France's President François Hollande shows the country is committed to eliminating the IS. In a joint session of Parliament, Hollande vowed to destroy the web of terror spread by the IS. French President spoke of extending the emergency by 3 more months and outlined concrete steps to more effectively tackle terror, which may also include changes in existing laws. Meanwhile, in Paris, hunt is on for suspected attackers. France and Belgium have stepped up search for possible accomplices of the Paris attack. The search is now focused on Belgian national, 27-year-old Abdelhamid. French security agencies believe Abdelhamid could be mastermind of the Paris attack. French investigators have identified 2 more suicide bombers. One of them is a Syrian and another is said to be a French national. On Monday, French police conducted raids across the country. According to French Home Minister, raids have been conducted at 128 different locations, with the target being the terror network. 23 people have been arrested in the raids. France carried out air raids in IS's stronghold of Raqqa in northern Syria and destroyed a command center and training center. This was the second attack by the French forces in 24 hours in Raqqa. US has also said the attacks will continue in Syria. US President Barack Obama has made it clear that its strategy of no ground troops will continue. During the G20 summit, Obama said under US's leadership, the attacks being carried out at IS bases are proving effective, and there is no need to change the strategy in Syria.
The people who are fleeing Syria are the most harmed by terrorism. They are the most vulnerable as a consequence of civil war and strife. They are parents, they are children, they are orphans. And it is very important, and I was glad to see that this was affirmed again and again by the G20, that we do not close our hearts to these victims of such violence and somehow start equating the issue of refugees with the issue of terrorism.
Obama may have talked about opening the U.S. doors for Syrian refugees, but around 20 governors in the U.S. do not seem to favor it. Meanwhile, solidarity with France is continuing. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry reached Paris on Tuesday and met with President Hollande. Both leaders advocated stepping up fight against the IS.
We talked about the significant steps that we believe we can take together in a number of different areas to increase our efforts and be more effective even against Daesh. And we already are doing that.
Tributes from across the world have been pouring in for the victims of Paris attack. The whole world stands united in this hour of grief. Leaders from across the world are speaking in one voice against terror, deeply condemning the ghastly act. News Night Desk, DD News.